I know they were sidelining the whites to bring out Ninja power, but what the Hello and welcome to Vic's Nolly Critic, the critic that make Nollywood better. As you can see, I am not sitting because I stand in awe of the masked king and I can't sit on this one. For those of you that doesn't know, I am a proud Crossivarian and I am so happy that for the first time I think ever, Nollywood allowed a Crossivarian movie to be aired on cinema nationwide. I'm talking about The Masked King, and I know you are here to see the review of this, so let's get down to it. Now, The Masked King came out sometime last year, and they had so much buzz on the internet for people to go watch, which I was so enthusiastic about. And I hadn't started my channel by then, so you wouldn't have seen the trailer reaction. But right now the movie is out, and if you haven't watched the movie yet, then you can check the link in my description below and get the link to watch the movie. Come back and tell me your thoughts also about this movie. Number one, let's see. In some parts of the movie, you got to see that the sounds were not really that great. I don't know if the sound engineer was not able to detect that some sounds were too loud or not really necessary for some parts. They were not great there. They should actually improve on it if they're going to get a better movie. I like the fact that the movie was set at an ancient time. I'm always a lover of a historical drama, and if I see one, I always want to watch it. Thumbs up to K drama series. All right, so diving into this improper, you get to see that through this movie they were talking about the killing of twins and how it was abolished. And like I said earlier, it looks like they were trying to sideline Mary Slensor, the church, and everything in the restoration of order in Calabar to stop the killing of twins. One way or the other, it looked like it was not Mary Slensor who spearheaded it. In the movie, it looked like it was someone else who spearheaded it. And this movie, I'm going to give you a spoiler. The story is about a king who was crowned recently after the death of his uncle. Unknown to him, he is actually a twin, but he always loved to uphold order and justice in his community. He doesn't want people to go out of the tradition and buy into the new tradition that has been brought in by the white people. So he's trying his possible best to maintain the tradition by killing twins, even to the point of killing the twins of his own dear sister. Along the line, we got to see that there was someone else called the Masked King. Now, the name of the movie is the Masked King, yet it was not centered on the Masked King. So I wonder why they called it the Masked King, or probably it's just a figure for who actually the Masked King really is. Then you look into this movie, and then you see probably around the end of the movie, you get to see that the Masked King is actually the twin brother of the king who was actually on the throne. Now, in this setting, we get to see so many traditional expression. Also, I just want to talk about Uzo. Uzo is still in this movie. Like, my God, he deserves to be the best actor of the year 2025. I mean, still in this movie. Okay, back to what we were saying. Now, I saw so much of this movie, but there are some things that I really want to address. Please and please, I don't want to watch a movie and just presume, okay, they are acting. I don't know if you get me, but in this movie, I watched it and it was like, oh, they are just acting. Let me just bear with them. This is what they are acting. When you watch a Hollywood movie, a Bollywood movie, you don't watch it with the fact that they are just reading a script, they are just acting it, they're just playing the character. No, you watch it like they are doing it for the first time ever, like it is who they are, it's who they are living. But in this movie, you get to see that some of the parts were really played by acting. And then don't get me started with the blood scene. I mean, the blood scene were so terrible, so terrible. I started with the first blood scene, the coronation of the king, where he was dipped inside the river and the virgin was killed. I looked at it and I was like, okay, I'm hoping that there are not much blood scenes in this movie, so they will not have to do something worse than this. But then along the line, I get to see a fight scene where two communities began to fight each other, and I'm like, hello. Even a baby could tell that this isn't real. Like, you stab someone and it is the next scene after you stab the person that we get to see the blood. um it was so much unrealistic, and I don't know. Please, that should be worked on. I love the fact that they use some horses. I love the fact that they use white people in this movie and it looks realistic. But then, my biggest concern about this movie, which I know that every other person would also think about, is the fact that they were speaking fluent English. Like, my God, why fluent English? Can't they speak their language and then have a subtitle translation? Or better still, if they are speaking a fluent English, it should get to the point where they are using an accent. I mean, like, an accent should be there. Calabar has an accent. They have an accent. Akwa Ibom has an accent in English. So this movie is supposed to have an accent with every character that speaks, not to be speaking fluent English like my mother. She's been having this dream. Okay, now basically, when you see these scenes, you get to see that their languages were just so pure, like they went to an English standard school or something. But we know they all grew up in the community, and if they are being influenced by the white people, doesn't mean that it changes their language. In fact, they should show us the betting of the accents with which Calabar people are presently using now when it comes to English language. And don't get me started with this particular scene.
You are making the right decision, Your Majesty.
It is madness. It is not possible. I want to fight.
If you look at this scene closely, you get to see something. The person who's speaking English. Okay, how do I explain this? Okay, let me explain this. He's speaking English, the other is not understanding, but yet he's speaking English to the person that is not understanding. Like, how is that even logical? You are supposed to at least switch into your language deliberately so we know that, okay, probably you have been speaking your language all this while, but for the audience to understand, you are speaking English. But now you are face to face with a white man and you don't understand what the white man is saying, but you are speaking strictly your language. But then you kept on speaking English. Like, what the hell? What the hell? I mean, when you watch movies like that, you get to understand that when they get face to face with someone, they begin to speak their own language. Then probably along the line, it then switches into English to just show us, okay, there is a way that they are communicating. We now understand that there's a translation going on in between few people. But when you see that the masked king is speaking English and yet is still asking, what is the white man saying? That is just so much unrealistic and a very big flop on the part of this movie. I am a cross Riverian, so I'm supposed to support this movie big time, but I will also speak the truth because I am a Nollywood critic that would ensure that Nollywood gives the best of their movies. Now, having said this, there are some parts of the movie that actually got me emotional. I mean, the parts where the woman gave birth to her child. You know, there is a difference between knowing something that's coming in the future and actually seeing it happen in the present. Seeing the fact that she was going to give birth to twins scared her so much, but it was not as scary as when she actually gave birth to the twins. Thumbs up to the writer, thumbs up to the director, thumbs up to the actor on that part, thumbs up to Uche. Uche really delivered on that part. I really loved her part, and it was so obvious that her part was so perfectly done that I could actually predict that she was going to commit suicide, which she did. Thumbs up to the director, writers, and Uche Montana for delivering an awesome performance right there. Thumbs up to Mama Bello for giving us that awesome reactions as a mother. Yeah, I'm using an accent because that's how she does in the movie. I was expecting her to do something less of her the Queen's English woman that she is and give us something traditional. So many actors were in this movie. They gave so many big, stunning performances. What I expected was cut short. My expectations were cut short. And I hope that in the next Cross Riverian movie that will be done, historical drama should be better off than this one, giving us better ratings and better screen views. Thank you very much. Ensure you like, subscribe, and comment. I remain your boy, Vix Nolly Critic. Peace out.